Morning everybody and welcome to the stream. My name is CaptDaf. If you've watched the very start of a lot of my streams, you will notice that I do that just right immediately after my introduction. It's to make sure that the microphone is plugged in, even though I know that I plugged it in earlier. Just to make sure that the sound is coming through. Hi. It is Friday morning at 8:07, which is, well, it's late for me to be starting 8 o'clock. But Kate is not streaming, and I only found out like half an hour ago. So okay, well I'll jump on then. And here I am, 37 minutes later instead of 30 minutes later. It's fine. It's fine. We're all fine here. How are you? I should turn my phone to hush mode. There's a can't remember. It's like regular and silent and one in the middle, and the one in the middle that I usually have it on. It doesn't ring for phone calls, but it does make some sounds sometimes. I'm never quite sure which ones it does. But it also doesn't vibrate. So sometimes the vibrating makes more noise than the alerts. Anyway, I should probably do the thing on Twitter. .tv/CaptDaf. What with? No, with Cenero's unfortunate availability, there's time for a Friday morning Dafinity stream starting right now. Cool. All right. Tweeted the thing. Okay. Well, I guess we should get started. But no, there's nobody here. It's fine. Why do I have 35 notifications? All right, because it's catching up on the last time. Oh, okay. Well, there's a surprise. Okay. Brain game. Start the game, Dave. It's already 8:10. Okay. No, I don't want to update my drivers right now. Thanks very much. All right. And switch to the game camera before the game starts. Oh wow, yeah. At least I discovered if I haven't actually started the game, then there's no game data to sync, and I can exit it. And if it's so frustrating. If I Alt Tab out of just this game, the game capture in OBS refuses to update. It just stays on whatever was on the screen last. I have to actually quit the game and relaunch the game. When I quit the game, Steam wants to sync all the game data up to the server, and that blows out my my upload frames, and the stream inevitably goes sideways. Hey, what? Good morning, Mr. B. Welcome to the stream. No class this morning. It's our last class for the course today, and we're having a casting director come in and give us, like, you know, actual casting directions as if we were auditioning for an actual role. And casting directors do not do mornings. So they're coming in at 5:30 in like 11 hours. So we are... No, not 11 hours. 9 hours. There we go. That's how maths works. It's a 12-hour clock and 10-hour intervals. So we are... What's the word I'm looking for? We're starting at 5 o'clock. So I'll probably get there about 4, 4:15, because public transport. And I really like this statue that I haven't noticed in the background. Oh, you can't see my cursor. Can't you see my cursor? A little annoying. I have not had any coffee yet. My brain has not woken up. So we're having an evening class, so there's no morning class. I have the morning to myself. And this is the last class. So next week I'll have my Fridays back to myself, unless I get a job between now and then, which would be amazing. Really need a job, guy. Somebody very graciously gave me a donation last night. Thank you. I don't know who it was. It was an anonymous donation, but thank you for that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. All right, let's get into the game. We are in Luculla Forest. If the fight is getting the better of you, you can always flee and come back when you're more prepared. You sure can. You flee to the nearest waygate. I'm not sure what happens if you're fighting at a waygate. Here we are at a waygate. We are at Silverglen. And this campfire. Oh, we could cook things. Here we are at Silverglen. I've already got a screenshot of us standing outside Silverglen. A new cat. Oh, it's Ahu. Where's the voice?
You've made it into the hamlet of Silverglen, I see.
There it is.
Unnerving spot, don't you find? Leandra has fashioned herself a hero here, but the townsfolk don't seem to know the truth behind the conduit, though they call themselves Immaculates.
Why are you walking about Silverglen in your cat form? So that they think he's a cat. Obviously, he's undercover. This is one of my more stupid questions. Ooh, can we trade with Arthur? Unlocks flare. Nice fire wand, but I have a lot of wands. I don't really need to pay for one. Not really interested in that. A lot of hit points. Oh wow, level 11 versus level 10. For an extra 120 gold, you can get an extra 20 hit points and 1% poison resistance. I'm a little bit annoyed that it's just the same, just with slightly more of it. 10% chance to set knockdown, +1 speed. I think we bought all of the books that I want to know. I need to put a point into yeah, there we go. I bought it. Soul Search, hello! Welcome to the full stream experience. While I sit here and drink coffee. Okay, my main problem with this is this Arbalest is it doesn't do any elemental damage. Because elemental damage tends to ignore armor. Alright, well, let's get out of that. What do you make of these Immaculates?
They're thick as trout, if you ask me, and unnaturally obsessed with ancient teachings.
That's really what I meant about you don't need all of those snacks in the car wash. It's just, sure, you could have a nice picnic lunch or something like that if you were really planning ahead. But that's a lot of sugar to just sit there and eat because you have nothing else better to do.
I haven't seen Leandra here myself.
Oh,
but she
wow.
must have put on quite a show of magical mastery to enthrall a crowd of shaggy miners. To have them hop on the bandwagon of a shadowy religion wholly alien to them.
What ancient teachings are you talking about?
Haven't you heard them whisper of the blood? How their eyes shine when they discuss certain stellar stones? Star stones, of course, which drenched in blood become bloodstones and are used in healing rituals. Now, I can see how it could be a fantastic thing to nurse a dying human back to health, if all it takes is to sacrifice a toad. But I spy bloodlust in these people's eyes. A bloodlust that goes beyond the usual meaning of the word.
You just happen to have them with you, Celsius?
They all act like they're following a benign goddess that will lead them to paradise. But I'll be a dappled Dalmatian if any of that is true.
So yeah, where should I start looking?
I've been shadowing the local priest, a man by the name of Loik.
Yep.
I have the feeling he knows more than most in Silverglen, for I followed him in the night when he meets with cloaked strangers, and goblins even. Mangoth, Hyberheim. Of strange things I've heard him whisper. Yes, this priest has shady goings-on written all over that smug, holier-than-thou face of his.
Good to know.
But we must start at the beginning, Source Hunter. The White Witch is still at large. If we want to get to the true heart of Leandra's doings, we must start with her sister. And she's far likelier to be in her cabin among the trees than
yeah, that makes sense that it's next
followers.
to a petrol station. We don't have very many car washes anymore. Mostly because of the amount of water that it needs. We're sort of... We still have... Some towns, we went through a pretty bad drought a while ago, and water restrictions, like government water restrictions, were put in place for we used to wash cars with hoses and out of the garden and stuff like that, and you can't do that anymore. It has to be in a bucket, and it was to the point where even in the city. So country towns, some of the country towns still have water restrictions in place. We still have, was like, you can't use, if you're an odd numbered house, then you can't use your shower on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays. And if you're an even numbered house, then you can't use it on 3 of the other days of the week. Or you could only use it on those days, I can't remember, it's been a while. It got really bad, and the water levels came back up, and we made it through that, and so we don't have to do that. We don't have to worry about that anymore. But a lot of shower heads, a lot of places have water limiters installed in shower heads and stuff like that. And some towns will still have level 3, or I think we got up to 3A was the highest that we got up to in Melbourne. But yeah, nobody washes cars. Sorry, nobody washes cars with garden hoses anymore. It's all out of a bucket. And so places like included the water restrictions included businesses, except they made a couple of exceptions. One of them were one of them was for hairdressers. So you could go into like a hairdresser's to get your hair washed, because you couldn't shower except for every second day. It was a while ago. I remember it happening, but I don't remember when it was. It might have been 10 years ago, maybe. I think you'll find that a bath takes less water than a shower. It depends on how long you like to have your showers for. Sate, what are you doing in
The
Silverglen?
advantage of being a puss, my friend, is that one can pussyfoot. A white-haired wizard draws attention, but a cat can move about unnoticed.
I drove down to Portland. We have our own Portland here in Victoria. I drove down to Portland to visit a friend of mine for New Year's. And on the way there, it was like one of the towns that I was driving through. It's like, yep, level 3 water restrictions in place. And I'm like, wow, still? Because it's a country, it doesn't have the reservoirs and stuff like that Melbourne does. Yeah, I think you will find that a bath will use less water than a shower. If you have a long shower, and it depends on how much water. It depends on how much water the shower head is pumping out. But you might find that if you have a shower for like 8 minutes, that's probably gonna fill the bath anyway.
Not that I'm not extra wary of these bloodsuckers, though. There's a conspicuous absence of pets in this eerie little town.
Oh, yeah.
The Immaculate's presence here is highly disconcerting. But we mustn't lose sight of our mission, Source Hunter. The White Witch resides somewhere in the wilds of the surrounding forest, and we must find her.
Hey, look, I found her cabin. Why can't I tell him, I found her cabin, but there's a magical barrier. Can you please help me? Why can't I talk to him about that? Did he though? Did he really? Is that really what he said? I don't know. Alright, well that's my coffee for the morning. Look around. Yeah, it doesn't. The alt key doesn't highlight containers, which is a little annoying. Cool. Awesome. Scroll. Empty grenade. Still lucky, that's not a real barrel. Oh, there were two other crates there that I want to search. Come on, come on. There we go.
Feeling lucky!
Alright. Let's redistribute a lot of this stuff. Alright, I was gonna sell those, I guess, wasn't I? I'll send these to bed. And I'll send that to Joescar. Oh, it's a grenade. I guess I'll send that to Joescar as well. Cool. Alright. F5. I mean, I assume that we want to go through here. before we go. Ooh, more barrels and stuff. And a sign. And ooh, where does that go? Out into the woods, into the woods, into the woods. Oh, it looks like we've already been here. Yep. Yep. That's the goblins, and then that's the, yep, okay, cool. Back home. Yeah, let's just have a little bit more of a poke around, town. Not necessarily introducing ourselves. Oh, that must be Loic there. Fine, so you say Lawrence's office. The miners down here. One of the miners is called Ruby, which is a bit amusing. Because it's a gemstone. See what they've done there, it's cool. Alright, let's get lucky.
Born under a lucky star.
Ha ha ha. Soul search by all means if you need to, oh, some kind of cookbook. 621 gold. That's my lucky find. Three lucky finds. And that's why I bother to cast luck before I Right, I'm still waking up, so I've got sleep in my eye and stuff like that. 5.
Why don't you stay a while, darling? I just know I could take you on a wild ride if you let me.
I see. Alright. Thanks, Ruby. I'll keep that in mind, I guess.
Over here, sweet cheeks. Oh, I'm able to share a moment together.
No, that would be stealing. Windermere and Hassat. Some other dude. Here's Ruby.
Hi there, cutie pie. Wanna have a good time?
The Pickaxe Tavern. Alright, and we've stopped getting lucky. Let's see if we can talk to this rat. Yeah, definitely,
They say the undead are immune to rot. I guess because they're already rotten.
Thanks, rat. I sort of already figured that out. Oh, I nearly missed those. Oh, let's do this again, just in case.
Survivor's armor!
Nice. That's alright, alright. Well, we found some more logs. They're, sit on your back and they're good for a snack. How to use shop. Alright. I just stopped investigating that barrel because our luck had run out. Oh, this song, yeah, this is a good tune.
My lucky charm.
I can't reach it. That's sort of annoying. Oh, no matter. Okay, and we don't want to go in there. We can go in that door though. Not that one. And it's Nadia and Nadia's shop. Alright, well let's I missed these barrels over here. Oh, that's frustrating. It certainly does take a lot more time to search everything. If I need to get lucky first. And that's back out the way we came in. There's nothing down that side. And there's nothing down that side. Alright. It looks like we've cleared out most of the externals. I'll send those to... Excuse me. Bed. Joescar. Joescar. Bed. Bed. Yeah, we're just going to sell that. So I'll hang on to that. Joescar. I might as well keep that. Bed. The Codex of Pestilential Thought. Interesting. Alright, so this will give you +1 intelligence for the cost of 1 perception. I'll send it to Jahan. Jahan's perception is currently 6. So if his perception goes down 1, he'll lose 1 initiative. And he'll lose 1 start action point. But when his speed goes up next, he'll gain both of those back and also a turn action point. And then I can sort of leave his speed on 9. And he'll get 8 action points a turn and start with 9 and have the initiative thing. Oh, it also affects his crit chance. It doesn't affect his shooting, his distance shooting. Yeah, that's a rush then crash, absolutely. -1 perception. How close are we to leveling? Pretty close. I don't think we get another skill yet though. Hang on to that for now. Glad that we found it. But just for now, I think we might leave that for later. Alright, so here is the Immaculate Chapel. And it's now dictated as such. Here is Loic.
The blood of the lost will flow.
Oh, okay. There's some miners in here.
Blessed be the goddess, and blessed
we
be
can
the conduit.
walk
Give me
through
the
them.
strength, O goddess, to become enlightened.
Uh-huh.
Give me the
Oh, hey, look.
strength, oh goddess, to become
A
enlightened.
cup of tea. Got some gold. Could
Diligently will
sell
I read the words of the goddess.
some of this crap off. Oh, here we are. We have a decorative longbow that's 130. He's got 130. Let's do it. We're not going to need that. This is great.
Blessed be the goddess, and blessed be the conduit.
And behold, said the goddess, the blood is the life.
What about
Give me the
Stu?
strength, oh goddess, to
do you
become
have?
enlightened.
And impure.
196 gold. Let's see what we've got that we can sell for 196. 141, 147. I don't want to sell
Give
that.
me the strength,
76.
O goddess, to become enlightened.
53, 41,
Lost will flow.
76 and 140 and oh, okay, so maybe this and this 188. So maybe
Remember,
Oh,
O
that's not
brothers
what I
and
wanted.
sisters, O seeking souls, the
That's
miracles
200.
with which the blessed conduit rid our mean and mangled bodies of the rot that plagued it. Miracles we deem them no longer know. Infinitely greater we now know them to be. They are the blessings of the goddess wrought in action.
Yeah, okay. That instead. That's 194. That'll do.
Give me the strength, O goddess, to become enlightened.
And this chap.
Let me spill blood for thee, O Holy One.
133. This is actually
Bow
pretty good.
before the goddess and bow before the
Blessed be the goddess, and blessed
76.
be the conduit.
And 211. Oh, 130.
Passionate I want to be.
The blood of the lost will flow. Downtrodden realm. Immaculate it was, immaculate it may be again.
Thank you. And this chap.
Give me the strength,
Welcome
oh
be, O seeking souls,
47.
to
Oh,
this
and a
holy
chicken foot.
house of immaculates.
47. I'm sure I've got something in here that sells for 40. 41. 72. 41. 50. 7. 60.
Diligently
58.
will I read the words of the goddess.
41 might be as close as we can get. What does he think that's worth? 7. I've got 147 and he's got 47. It's like, oh, come on. That's where I saw it. Okay. Alright. And the other chap.
Blessed be the goddess, and blessed be
Oh,
the
now
conduit.
there we go. That's something I wouldn't
Immaculate
mind
want to
having.
be. The blood of the lost will flow.
Diligently will I
so
read
let's
the words
see.
of the goddess.
Immaculate I want to be.
168.
Flow.
188.
Blessed
I don't
be
wanna
the
give them any
goddess,
magic
and blessed
stuff.
be the conduit.
147.
Immaculate I want to be. The blood of the lost will flow.
Let me spill
72
blood
and
for thee, O
76
Holy One.
is 140 something.
Let me
178
spill blood for thee, O Holy One.
instead of 168. Oh, here we go. I've got a bunch of boots and stuff here that I don't really need. Okay, so let's get rid of this sword finally. So 76 and
Let me spill blood for
actually
thee,
we
O
might not be getting rid of that
Holy
sword
One.
after all. $120, $180.
Blood for thee, O Holy One.
I want 168, so I want 8. That's 167.
Diligently
Alright.
will I read the words of the goddess.
There we go. Lovely. I can't send that anywhere in the middle of conversation. I can send it now though. We
Diligently will I read the words
no
of
worries, cell search.
Oh, goddess, to become enlightened.
Thank you for being here. Have some great sleep.
Strength, O goddess, to become
Does Loic have anything to? Oh damn, does he ever?
For thee, O Holy One.
I'm assuming that I don't have to kill all of these guys in the room. If I did, I just gave away a shitload of gold.
The blood of the lost will flow.
Picking, I don't care about that. Immunity to fear. Yeah, so this would be better. That would be a better immunity to fear. again, the immunity theory is being provided by a different stat. So his current gear, it's confident, and that gives him the immunity to fear. With the new one that Loic has, it's the robe of indifference, and it's the indifference part that gives him immunity to fear.
The blood of the lost will flow.
Padded and sturdy are just the level descriptions. So level 8 is padded and level 10 is sturdy. +1 int wand. I tell you what.
Let me spill blood for thee, oh holy one.
Magnum could really use
Let
that.
me spill blood for thee, oh holy one.
Alright, so it costs Jahan 37. But it's going to cost Magnum 35. So, yeah, it's not much of a difference. It's less than 10%. Hi, who are you?
I am Loic, enlightened one among immaculates, spokesman for the holy conduit, as she is spokesman for the goddess herself. Hers is the blood.
Alright, I have two things. One, first of all, yeah, this accent is hilarious. That accent is great. Mr. B, your chat delay must be very small. Because your comment came up like almost immediately. And I'm like, wait, what? Am I on chat delay? Second of all, when I first saw this guy's name, I went, oh yeah, Loic. And everyone who was talking about him, Ahu included, calls him Loic. And then I get to this guy and he calls himself Loic. And I'm like, what?
Let me spill
What?
blood for thee, oh holy one.
But yes, it's his it's his name. He can pronounce his name however he chooses. But for everyone else in the game, for every other character in the same game, which have been directed by the people who are making the game, one would assume, to pronounce his name unanimously differently, which is not just differently all over the place, but two ways of pronouncing this name, and he's chosen one way and everyone else has chosen the same other way. Unanimously different. All the same different. Not scattered all over the place. Everyone has gone Loic. And I'm like, okay, that's not how I'd pronounce Loic, but sure. And we get to him and he says Loic, and I'm like, what? But yeah, that accent. I'd like to ask you some questions about the Immaculates.
Then it shall be my pleasure to answer them. We are the chosen ones of the goddess. The benedictions of the blood render our bodies and spirits unblemished, for such is her mercy, that we may all become part of the sacred soul. And you too, Seeker, could become one such part.
I'd like to hear about the goddess.
The goddess is the light and life of all. Corrupt is the world that generations of men and beasts have left behind, but immaculate it may be once more, cleansed in the blood of the unworthy.
Go on.
The few, the proud, the enlightened, theirs will be her kingdom. When red has run until no red is left, a paradise we will have shapen, and the goddess will dwell among us.
When red has run until no red is left. So when we've killed everyone on the entire planet, a paradise we will have shapen. A paradise for whom?
Diligently will I read the words of the goddess.
I mean, it's... Yeah, these people need to be put down.
Let me spill blood for thee, oh holy one.
So maybe I wasted a bunch of gold in trading... Oh no, I took their gold and I gave them items. That's the way you do it. And then you kill them and you get your items back. Yeah, alright, I'm doing it right. Okay, good. Did he mention the conduit? I don't think he... I don't want to ask about the conduit. I don't want to tip my... This question here might be a trap. Let's discuss my joining the Immaculates.
You find yourself in the goddess's temple. Therefore, it follows she wants you to take the true path. So here, Have this hallowed tome, read it, absorb the wisdom within, then find the second part and do with it the same. If an immaculate you want to be, a test of knowledge shall be your first step towards enlightenment.
I see. No dots at the start, Soul Search, it won't work.
Diligently will I read the words of the goddess.
Alright.
Immaculate I want to be. The blood of the lost will flow.
Now we found a cookbook. Thick stew or tender pie beckoning from its iron depths. I think we already learned about pie. There we go. You know what, just remove the empties. Okay, now. Here we are, Book of the Immaculates, Part 1. The first Book of the Immaculates. Through the Tenebrium. Wow, I screwed up the first word. Though the Tenebrium made the miners ill, though the rot plagued them, they would be savoured. The conduit came bearing a shard of starstone and demonstrated that by sacrificing a lesser being, a small duckling, she could turn starstone into bloodstone. This stone was capable of healing any ailment, including the terrible rot. Though some were skeptical that sacrificial magic could be used for good, the conduit explained that transmitting energy from a lesser being to a greater one restores balance in the universe, and that balance is the goddess's ultimate goal. The conduit then encouraged the healed miners to spread her good word and to continue to create bloodstones for the purpose of promoting the greater good of higher beings. Today we Immaculates continue to promote universal balance and the sacrifice of lesser creatures for the greater good of all. Good job, Soul Search. Sorry about that, Mr. B.
Diligently will I read the words of the goddess.
Alright, so we need to find... Oh man, everything is stealing. Everything is stealing. We need to find book 2. Somewhere. So I guess we can start checking shops and stuff. Ooh. Thanks. Nadia's shop and the smithy. Book of the Immaculates Part 2, but it's stealing for some reason. Which is a bit of a shame.
Farma Malbenita, a source hunter in Silverglen. I have traveled mile on top of mile to find help, and now help has, how you say, appeared from skinny vapors.
Skinny vapors! See what you have sell first. Ooh. +1 dex air absorption shield. +1 dex, +1 pickpocketing. Well, while I don't need the pickpocketing, would be, see, I'd rather have initiative than pickpocketing. How is fortifying pickpocketing? That doesn't make much sense to me. That's a dagger, somehow. Well, it's got to be a legendary item to actually get stats on a sarong. +2 initiative and a lot of magical resistance. Is it worth 31. Is it worth 3k? We've got 17k. We've got a lot of k. We've got a lot of gold. I wasn't even really trying to do her voice, but yeah, her voice is pretty cool. The other dude's voice was hilarious. I never really know who the Gambison is for. It's sort of, there's no stat requirement for it. It doesn't require strength or dex or an ish. Sorry, int. It could be for anyone. Oh, immune to cursed. 84. Yeah, that +1 strength on the orc armor is just really... I mean, he has a lot of strength. That might be time to get some, to get him some new armor. Yeah, no elemental damage. Alright, well, I could back out of this conversation and put my bartering thing back on. She seems like she has a lot to offer. I don't think we're going to be killing this one. I wouldn't mind this. Bear doesn't have a necklace at all. So I wouldn't mind this in the least. Don't need those for either of them. It's a nice armor upgrade though, but losing her initiative. Although I sort of like it when, if Joescar goes before Baird, then Joescar can at least bless Baird. So I might swap those, I'm not sure how many songs it will cycle through Soul Search, but because they might be area based, and we're not in combat, so none of the combat songs are going to come through. So you'll probably hear this song more often than if you were just listening to the entire soundtrack. Yeah, I'm going to back out of here. I'm going to swap this around. I'm going to give this to Baird. And I'm going to put this on. And I'm going to give that back to... Word I'm looking for is Joescar. I'm also going to give this to Joescar. Do I need these? Sneaking and movement? No. Extra movement. That's my willpower bow. Oh, they've both got a willpower bow. Oh, that's pretty cool. Alright, and I'll put these on. And I'll make these. Do I not have any knockdown arrows? Really? How many knockdown arrows does Baird have? 7. Okay, I think I can keep 1 knockdown arrow. I think that's okay. Stop my time. It astounds me that sorting the overall thing by type does not sort the other views as well. Sorry, annoys me. It annoys me that that happens. Not that astounds is not the word I'm looking for. Okay. So +1 strength, plus 50 hit points. 451 on hit points. 600, 650, 550. 488. So still definitely the lowest on hit points, and that's with plus 50 here. But now with 18 initiative. Oh, +1 from bowls. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Plus 50 from gear. Plus 61 from gear. Plus 80 from gear. Plus 25 from gear. So yeah. She's got the lowest constitution. Everyone has more constitution than she does. Which is, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, I'll put our bartering thing on. And don't need that either. Oh yeah, we've got to find Blosius's wife. Okay. Oh, there she is. Oh, we talk to Sevi as
Hello
well.
and welcome to our shop. I am the son of the proprietor, Nadia.
There's Nadia.
Please let us know how we can help you.
You're her son? I really thought the two of you were married, but that's fine. Ooh, this dude has pixie dust. Oh. That's 205. Okay. And a needle and some sinew. Oh, strong sinew. What makes strong sinew, I wonder? Metal scraps, scale scraps, chicken foot. Ooh, a sovereign's orb. This looks like, you know what this looks like? An empty holy hand grenade. Where's my holy hand grenade? Here it is. There's a holy hand grenade. This looks like an empty one of those. I don't know what I put in there to make it a holy hand grenade. Fire essence. Oh, maybe a life essence? I'm gonna put one of those into an empty grenade, I guess, and make a fire grenade. Starfish. Empty potion bottles. Lots of trap disarm toolkits. Lots of lockpicks. 400 each or 40 each, and there's 10 of them. Hard to tell, really. I think that's the total price. 60, 140. Yeah, okay, so they're going to be 20 each. Alright, so that's the total price. So it's 40 per. Okay, that's okay. A fair few of them sell search. This one definitely. I mean, yeah, absolutely. But he's a cleric. Of course, he starts out with a holy hand grenade, and then he finds more. A wooden figurine, which could be made into a well-made voodoo doll if you combine it with needles. I guess. What it looks like. It looks like a consumable, but it's not something you eat. You know what I mean? Yeah, there we go. So all these things are consumables. One-time use spell. This doesn't mention that it's one-time use, but neither do the grenades, so I could save first and test it out. Okay, he's got the pixie dust I wouldn't mind having. Mostly because I don't have any. I think I know how to make pixie dust, but I can't remember how to do it. Okay, so let's close out of here.
You've probably noticed that my mother Nadia and I aren't from around here.
No, you're not.
No.
We spotted that.
We traveled rather far from our hometown
good luck.
to plant new roots here in Silverglen. My father, Ben, his death was somewhat mysterious.
Oh.
And we've traced the puzzle back to this little settlement. My mother will have plenty to say on that subject, if you're interested.
Oh, well, it sounds like there's a quest here and we might have some reputation to be gained. And then better shop prices.
Ma's a bit intense, to be sure. Set in her ways, but fiercely loyal to the family. Help her out and you've got a friend for life.
Good job, everybody. Well done.
And you'd be better off skipping town. Not that that'll stop her from cursing your line for the next 1,000 cycles of Bendis.
Tell me about your father.
My father was a good man, equal in character to his wife. His death nearly destroyed us, Ma and me. But now we're here, and we won't leave until we've held the proper parties accountable for their role in his death.
Oh, take our leave. This is the book that we want.
Do a salutoin, Hunter. What can I do for you?
Let's go back to the shop. I really want to buy this. It's 2,600. Let me just. Oh, now it doesn't reset choices. 2,700 for her, 26 for me. It's because I've got a bartering necklace and a charisma necklace. The bartering necklace gives a bit of discount than the charisma, but I can't wear both. If I could wear both of them at the same time, it would be better. Because my reputation would go up. Did I want these as well? It's a lot of armor. I'd lose 2 initiative, but I'd gain like 12 armor. And do I want these as well? I'd get the 2 initiative back, but it's gonna be expensive. I mean, I think I want this too. Oh, this one doesn't have fire resistance on it. Oh, that's annoying. It's an antidote sarong because it has poison resistance. It also has air resistance. It looks like anything past blue. Everything past blue quality, the purple and the pink and the orange, stops naming things after the bonuses that they have. So this is giving poison resistance and air resistance, and there's not enough room in the name for earth resistance in the initiative. Just a bit of a shame, but sort of, yeah, fair enough. Okay, so this is 3k. And I mean, I feel like this is a waste. I mean, pickpocketing is not a skill I need. It's a lot of armor. And yeah, it's got the dex. It's not a skill I need. It is only 1,400 coin though. And we found half of that just walking around. And she does need armor. So I think I want to grab it. I'll grab that. Okay, now what do we have to sell? Oh boy. We have stuff to sell. So that's 1,600. There's some more. I mean, I could be using these in combat. Oh, 28 pay. 23 at level 9. Oh, because they're mail rather than leather. Requires strength 7. Doesn't require anything. I haven't really found any mail boots yet. No, I'd rather keep the ones that I've got, thanks. And yeah, that's cool. I wouldn't mind a chest somewhere where I could just set stuff down, if you know what I mean. +1 initiative, +1 movement, 54 armor rating. Level 13 armor. Don't want to give that away just yet though. Half a movement and water resistance. Telekinesis and blitzbolt. I can sell this. Hit points and poison resistance. It's only 18 hit points. I can probably sell that. 21 unlucky. 17 and initiative. Crafting and reflect damage. What do I have? Oh yeah, I can sell that too. I've got a lot of unique weapons here that I still don't know how to upgrade these weapons. I'm really disappointed that I bought any of those, especially 3 out of 4 of them. I'm like, oh, this is cool. I should buy these. This looks like a great idea. No, it wasn't. I can sell this diamond. I know I don't need it for crafting. You can tell if you need things for crafting on it. If you right click on it, it says combine with. It's a crafting item. The diamond does not combine with anything, so I can sell it. Why do I have that? I can sell these books. Not that one. I'm gonna hang on to the Legend of the Weresheep for now, even though I couldn't use it. Fine. You need to put in the person's name that you want to fight. I'm glad there's 2 of you here. There we go. I will there we go, Soul Search. Soul Search is caught up. I will I'll adjust the message so that I can't do it now because it'll kill the stream. What else am I selling? 10% melee damage, 19 armor, crafting, get rid of it. That movement though, I could really use like strength and movement instead of strength and lore master. That's really what I'd like to see. Strength and even poison resistance. Strength and movement. That's what I'd like. Can I custom make my own gear? That would be interesting. That would be cool. Yeah, minus half of a movement. Yeah, when he's in wand mode, then it's good job, Soul Search. Yeah, it's the same arena challenge that we're all using the same bot. The same arena challenge thing. I'm specifically using the same bot as oh, that is so cool. Wait, weren't you going to sleep? I specifically got the same bot that John was using so that I could mod his channel better. Okay, I don't need this, but oh wait, I don't need this, do I? This is yeah, I don't need that at all. Yeah, we can sell that. And the other guys aren't wearing one, but it doesn't have any benefits to it. No, I'd like, this doesn't have anything, but it's unique, and it's worth a lot of gold, but it's a unique item. I might just hang on to it. I don't know why. It's +1 initiative, it's plus some hit points. I think I'd rather have the... Alright, let's get rid of it. It's low on armor at this stage. No, I want to keep that. I want to keep that. I want to keep that. Fire resistance, initiative, and movement. See, I could be wearing that instead. And then I'd have a lot more movement. I could start out wearing this and the wand. Actually. I could start out wearing this and the wand and just wand things, and then when it gets to combat time, I can switch into the orc armor. Ooh, that's actually not a bad idea. Oh, there's a smithy here. I wonder if I can use their... Yeah, okay, cool. So I think that's everything that I want to sell. I've got a bunch of potions and scrolls and wands and stuff. Level 10, level 7 wand, 15 hit points. Yeah, I could... Got 2 air wands. I could... this has a 6% crit chance and 15 hit points. And this doesn't have either of those. What the hell? Does it just do more damage? Oh, it's white instead of... This is blue and this is white. Okay. There's the difference. I mean, it does more damage. It doesn't have anywhere near as much of a chance to crit. 15 hit points is like... Well, it means I have to heal after putting it on. Yeah, vegetables. I mean, especially in a we don't call things chicken pot pie here. I mean, I get the idea. We just call that a pie. Water wand, level 7 earth wand, level 10 air wand. I mean, I'm tempted to sell the blue rather than the thing. I'm not going... Actually, if Magnum could cast Thunder Jump, then, yeah. Magnum could cast Thunder Jump. Need more int, though. But, yeah, that could get him around his movement. Or maybe I should hang on to those. Alright, I'll hang on to those for now. Okay, I think that's everything that I want to sell. I don't know why I'm carrying the shit around anymore, but I don't want it to be somewhere else. She does not sell this Book of the Immaculate. So she doesn't sell the other Book of the Immaculates, which is really quite frustrating. But alright, let's tally up. So this is going to cost me 4k for these 3 things, which is a pretty good deal. So let's settle up. Alright, and buy type. Alright. She has a lot of gold now. Cool. Hi. Tell me about yourself.
Story. Well, this is no small tale.
Oh no!
I think perhaps you will be more interested in the... How you say it?
Sorry about that. That does happen sometimes.
I believe Lawrence, the leader of Mining Guild, tell my husband and many of other workers to mine deadly ore called tenebrium.
Tenebrium is a weapon skill that Baird starts with 1 point in tenebrium. It's not there for us to learn yet. And indeed, I sort of forgot about actually, Mr. B, yeah, I can make that happen. I can make that a thing. Not right now, but I can remind me after I finish the stream, and I can change the story. I've forgotten to save points to put into tenebrium weapons. Baird starts with 1 point in it. I don't know why. Story reasons, I guess. But yeah, nobody else can even put a point into it yet. It doesn't exist for them.
Lawrence knew that this ore caused rot.
Oh.
No, yet ordered the miners to continue. Many men, my Ben among them, become the sickness. And now how you say, kick down the bucket. But the sickness, it is not normal.
That's not how we
say
say it.
Swift and terrible, not unlike source.
Maybe rot is a source sickness.
My son Sebi and I travel from our home to find truth. But this has proven not so easy.
Something like that, Soul Search.
My sweet little Pomargo Visago, my darling Ben. We got along like, how you say, peas and ferrets.
That's not how we say.
But here there is work, very well paid, in mines, clearing special rock from silver mine. So he leaves Sebi and I to come to Silverglen. We wait with hearts like stones for some months. And one day, we see familiar figure moving with strange steps on path toward cottage. We run to meet him and take him into our arms, but he collapses at our touch.
Oh dear.
We help him inside and set him to rest. But he was in terrible condition. Each hour he grow worse, rot so fast we hardly recognize him after 2 short days. He slip away from us, and we bury him with much grief.
Yeah, but she's specifically saying how you say. And it's like, no, that's not how we say it.
When his father died, Sebi become restless. Being of the age, he joined army and go straight to front line. Though I was nearly old woman,
She does
I
not
joined
look like an
army
old
as a
woman.
sailor to be near and look after my boy.
She has very, very dark hair and middle-aged features. She does not. Her son looks older than she does. Come on, guys. A little closer attention to the ages of the characters you're animating.
There we saw special legionnaire using strange weapon. And this legionnaire soon come to my tent with the same disease that killed Ben. I discovered the tenebrium ore in this weapon. It was the ore that killed them both.
Dun dun dun.
I come to Silverglen to discover truth. And here I find Lawrence, that arrogant man, conducts his business without apologize to any.
So you need help proving Lawrence knowingly caused the miners to handle tenebrium.
Exactly this. Please, Source Hunter, you must help me prove that Lawrence made his workers to mine deadly tenebrium. For your help, I offer blessing from my homeland. Sevi mal successos, mi plantos rizzarbo kai tormenti via nepo sovgiai branco.
Thanks.
Translation is difficult, but it means something like, if you fail, I will plant cherry tree and haunt your grandbaby beneath branches. Good luck.
That doesn't really sound like a blessing as much as it sounds like a curse.
I will do my best to give answers, Source Hunter.
How are you getting along in Silverglen?
I have not found scrap of civilization among these apes. Sebi longs for heaping plate of my famous sire mule, but the local fairs support no fine food, unless squirrel meat inspire you. As for neighbors, well, those cultists would rather sacrifice supper to goddess than eat it.
And Lawrence?
Mezal Moxis, strike him down, the murderer! I have one goal in Silverglen, to make him share in the suffering he caused.
I'm surprised that you haven't been murdered yet. I am honestly surprised that they haven't murdered you all.
Take the tenebrium. Now I have only to prove it.
Tell me about the Immaculates. Because you have a book on your counter talking about the Immaculates and I would like it.
I have no interest in those emasculates and their goddess.
Emasculates.
As Zalmoxis say in Book of Holy, I am jealous God. Why can I not read your mail if you have nothing to hide? Who is Aunt Sherry exactly? Aren't I enough for you?
What do you know about tenebrium?
Nothing natural could cause such terrible disease at mere touch. If you ask me, I say dark magic. Maybe even source at its root.
Sounds reasonable.
That foul thing.
and the rot in action.
Terrible disease. It transforms flesh of living into flesh of corpse, while infected person still lives. Arms grow black and heavy, legs grow black and heavy, hair rots from scalp. Cielo helpo min. Oh, what memories I have.
Alright, we have some new log entries.
This illness, this
If we study it, we might be able to join the Immaculates. And we met Nadia, the widow of a miner who died from the tenebrium disease rot. Lawrence, the mining group representative, knew the risks but still encouraged miners to extract the ore. And she suggests that rot is related to sorcery. Accurate. Now, it's this book here that we want, but it's stealing to take it, which seems really... I mean, if I was taking, you know, the things that she was selling or stuff like that, then that would be one thing. But the book, really, game? Oh, I can't even turn the chandelier off. It's red to turn the chandelier off. Well, so we need that book. But I guess we'll... oh, we can use the forge at least. Oh, and I didn't check this wood pile. Alright, so let's...
blessed talisman, protect me.
Hey, we found another 116 gold. Cool. Oh. And that. Is there anything else in here? Oh. A pouch. Cool. A trap disarm toolkit. Nice. Some nails. Another empty potion bottle. I looted all of those. I couldn't get to that one. Right, okay. Alright, let's check that. So I could have been selling these shields as well. And I guess I could take all of this stuff and then sell it back to her. She might get a little suspicious. What's this? What's this parchment here? What's written here and stuff? Smelt at volume 4. Ooh, a trapdoor. Okay, well this is obviously Sevi's home. But I am curious to know what's under this trapdoor and what's in this chest and stuff. Well, that door's unlocked. Let's do some smelting first, though. I don't think he can just do it himself. Oh, he can. Oh, that's great. I guess he has some blacksmithing at the moment. Oh, there we go. Yeah, he does have some blacksmithing. Excellent. Okay, good to know. All right, F5. Let's well, it doesn't look like there's anyone watching, so let's just meander on through here. Oh, I can't examine it. A little frustrating, but move faster. Oh, a key. Oh, I didn't need those.
What's that gleam?
Alright. Am I still lucky? Yep. Cool. A vintage claymore. Oh, I was just barely still lucky. Steel crossbow, a thin leather cap. Ooh, a rat.
I hear Nadia whispering all kinds of accusations about Lawrence, but until she has proof, whispers they'll remain.
Okay, well, thank you. Oh, good job, everybody.
Fortune, favors our fight!
Okay, we did that already. Empty. Nice. Empty. Empty. A book. A hammer. Empty. Some porridge or something. Okay. I'll grab that, and I'll grab that, and I'm just gonna take everything, everybody. Is there anything else that I missed? I don't think so. Move stuff around. I'm holding down Alt, and I'm not seeing anything that I've missed. Alright, well, let's go back upstairs. And just like that. Alright, well, we could go sell that stuff back to her, but it seems a little, I don't know. Seems a little rude. Level 9, level 10. Oh, Fun with Fluids Volume 9. Let's have a read. Once mixed Druidine with a magical potion. I swear after quaffing the result, the world around me was my playground. I could move any item with the power of my mind alone, and I swear it was no dream. So we know how to make a telekinesis potion. Oh, when did we find that? That must have been in one of the things. I'll send that to bed. Mashed potatoes. I'll send that to Joescar. Mysterious fabric dye. A magical mysterious dye can turn mere cloth scraps into something out of this world. Send that to Joescar. Isn't that the thing that I already had? Fire resistance, initiative, and movement? Alright, we haven't put this on. Alright, and I'll send that one to Joescar. And I'll put that back on. And I'll send that to Joescar. And I'll send those to Baird. And those to Joescar. And that to Joescar. And, oh, that's nothing really. And those to Joescar. And, well, I guess I could hang on to those in case I'm in a tight spot. And that to Joescar. And they go to Joescar. And it's a pouch. It's a little carry bag. You know what I could put in here? You know what I could put in here? I could put all the fucking keys in here. So they're not clogging up my inventory. Now, I would never do this in real life. Yeah, I'll just put all of my keys in a bag. Then when I need one, I just, it takes me 6 years to figure out where they all are. Like the Keychain of the Damned, which is actually a pretty cool title. Alright, there we go. Alright, sort by type. They go to Joescar. Okay, so trash. See, look at this armor rating, but no stats on it. But an extra 20 armor. Thank you, Mr. B. We got a level 16 staff. Oh, then I'll send it to Jahan. He's never going to use it, but you know, whatevs. But you know, I could totally wear this while I'm wanding away, and then in combat I can put this on, and yeah, okay. Oh, I like this. The other thing I can do is I can give. I sold all of those shields and stuff. I could have given a shield, one of the shield with the lucky charm on it, to Jahan. No, I saw them, Soul Search. I saw them. They were pretty damn cool. One of the other things I can't do is I can't scroll up my chat, but thankfully they are still there. But yeah, fun with fluids teaches you about potions. Patty cake teaches you about word I'm looking for. Oh, that's how you make steel. You just use an iron bar. Can't learn that from reading a book. Apparently you can. So that's how you make steel. You just put iron back in the forge and it becomes steel. Good to know. Okay, that is quite good to know actually. Because we have 2 steel bars that we've stolen from people and 37 iron bars. 37 iron bars worth 666 coin. Okay. Well, I'm glad I read that book. I thought I'd read all of them. I'm sure we have another one of those. Maybe Joescar has them. Joescar has them! Alright. That makes sense. Alright, so I can put this on. And I can put these on. And I can combine this with that and make it fire arrow. I must already have at least 1 fire arrow because it went up there, it's stacked. Oh yeah, for extra dex in case I need it. Dex finish, but 15 armor rating. Send that back to Magnum. And Magnum can have that as well, I suppose. So these glass rubies combine with. So they can be used in crafting. The aquamarines that I'd found earlier and the diamond can't. Mysterious fabric dye, for some reason, isn't over with the other fabric dyes. Not sure why. Some cloth, some leather scraps, some metal scraps. I have a scale scrap. I'm sure I found a scale scrap earlier. Maybe it was just in a store and I never actually picked it up. Chicken foot. I'm sure I got a large chicken foot earlier or something. Maybe I... looks like I didn't. That's weird, I'm sure I did. What's not here? No, it's not here. I'm gonna send those back to Magnum because Bear doesn't need them. So 29 and Dex, and 31 and Dex and Pickpocket. So 109 armor, 113 armor. Yep, okay, so that's how I want that. Good, good, good. Oh, well now look at this. She's got 2 pickpocketing things. And a strength belt. Why does she have a strength belt? Because he has a bodybuilding belt, which is, let's face it, slightly more important for him. She could have a lot of strength though. He could have a lot of strength though. I don't think she could carry all of this stuff without these 2 items though. Without that strength and that strength. What was the other thing that I got? Oh, did I get that Dex necklace? I did. Okay. So I send that to Baird. And that Baird finally has a necklace. So +1 Dex. And an air absorption thing that I'll probably never use. Yeah. 9 AP to cast because she doesn't have any Aerosurge. So she'll probably never use that. That's fine. This bow, yeah, just hasn't used it. Oh, she has used it. It's durability 34. I should repair that. Obviously I need to combine it with something, but I have no idea what with. Maybe essences? I mean, I've only got a level 7 bow, really? I need more bows. I need a nice level 10 bow, that's what I really need. I've found a lot of crossbows recently. I need a nice new bow. Alright, and this, Vampiric Arrow. I think Baird already knows Vampiric Arrow. So I could send it to Joescar to learn. It's an adept skill though, so she may not have space for it. Yeah, 2 in Witchcraft, 2 in Geomancer, and 2 in Expert Marksman. Let's check her skills. No, she has space for an adept. I mean, she can already heal herself. Using Vampiric Touch. It's a 3-meter range though. So yep, that's probably worth learning. Alright. And she can still learn 1 novice. Yeah, she can still use 1 novice skill. It would be cool if when you moused over that, it indicated how many you already knew. Like just by green or red. Or something like that. The guards have given up Soul Search. Yeah, 2 pickpocketing from gear. That lockpicking was... Oh, well, it's gotten us into places. It's something we need now. Okay, let's move on. We need to find another copy of that second book that's not stealing from the nice lady that we want to help. Okay, do I want to move? That doesn't need to be there. Move that to here. And then... See, this annoys me. This really, really annoys me. This actually drops the item on the ground instead of just removing the link. Which is fine if it's a barrel or something, but if it's not a barrel, if it's an actual skill, like that works fine. But otherwise, yeah. Where am I getting poison dart from? Or did I actually learn poison dart? Oh, I do know poison dart. Right, well, I'll have to keep that in mind. Alright, let's get lucky. Nothing. A frost grenade. Cool. Alright, well, it's something, I guess. And we've already checked those. Alright, let's go, go talk to the miners. Pretty sure we already spoke with that, right? What am I wearing? I'm wearing Charisma. Okay, F5. Good luck, Mr. B. And Soul Search.
Rejoice, stranger! The rot is cured! The blight is lifted!
Is it really? Oh wow, everybody has things. 123. Well, now I want to put my I want to put my bartering necklace back on. Is this one?
I hope you haven't come for miner's work, my friend. That's goblin territory now.
Oh really? That is good to know. Okay, so 164. What's that worth? 534. 534 gold for a large healing potion. Guess how? I already have 2 of them. He wants to charge me 534 for 1, or pay me 216 for 2. This is clearly a ripoff, and I will not be taken advantage of in these situations.
Hi there, cutie pie. Wanna have a good time?
I mean, we just sold a lot of the things that 131, 164, 85 and 53 is 130 something. I'm trying to get stuff to add up to 123 gold here, but I'm really struggling. So let's just back out of here. Talk to this guy instead.
Welcome to Silverglen.
Good job, Soul Search. Once again, sorry to Mr. B. 172. There, that's more like it.
Come hither, sweetheart. Oh, if I had a star for every time
138. That's 164. I don't actually need that. It doesn't do anything. 131.
Stay a while, darling. I just know I could take you on a wild ride if you let me.
What do I need? What do I need these repair hammers for? I don't need these repair hammers.
That's business for you anyway.
Oh, I nearly gave it to him for free.
It would be better if you'd glance in my direction, though.
Truth is, I'm a wee bit short at the moment. Waiting for a particular plan of mine to
Over
pan out.
here.
My, look at you! I bet your blood would fill a bloodstone good and proper.
Yeah. Right.
Do you believe in the gods, baby? Because you're the answer to all my prayers.
Hi there, cutie
Oh,
pie.
wow.
Have a good time.
53 and 54 is 107. Oh, come
Why
on.
don't you stay a while,
Um,
darling? I just
You
know
believe in
I
the
could
gods,
take you on a
baby? Because you're the
wild
answer
ride
to
if
all
you
my
let me.
prayers.
The background chatter is amusing at first and quickly gets tiresome. See, he wants to give me 296 instead of 666, so less than. Oh, is it just 35%? Is that how it works? Plus 10% for bartering, maybe? I don't know. Whatever bartering
Hey there,
does.
tall and strong. Up for a little roll in the hay.
These goblins are worse than the trolls.
Why don't you stay a while, darling?
Absolutely, Soul Search. Let me know.
Take you on a
You've always
wild
been
ride
Silverglen's
if you let
finest
me.
attraction, you
Reeking
know.
of fresh blood.
242.
Tell me, sweetie, you at
The level 16 helmet. Maybe I don't want to. That's 37 armor. Is that going to be worth 1 perception and 1 initiative and 2.4 sight?
I just know
I mean,
I
probably
could
not.
take you on a wild ride if you let me.
I don't want to give that up just yet. Or that. Oh, it's 103. Both of them have dex. Do you know who doesn't have a dex gloves right now? The dude living in the well that we have just left behind. The rogue. That we might possibly need to recruit at some point, but I don't think he levels up with the rest of the party, if you know what I mean. I'm not sure what happens if they're just sitting in the Hall of Heroes or at the bottom of a well. If that happens. So I don't know how it handles, you know, other followers' levels and XP and stuff like that. Because these guys are all gaining XP while they're traveling around with me, and in fact, Baird and Jahan have stayed ahead of our 2 source hunters because they start out at level 3, and we were level 2 when we met them, and so that's how that happened. But yeah, so they still level up just before the source hunters do, which is fine. But what happens with the rogue that we left behind? Is he still level 3? Is there some sort of catch-up mechanic, or is he just level 3 for all time? Yes, I remember the one. It was a deck and 2 boosters or something like that. There is a form, a format for cube magic, and I'm not sure how that works. It's sort of like a bit like Commander, I think, but it's not like it's still magic, but there's like different. I think it's different to what cards or how many cards you're allowed to use, or I haven't looked into it.
For a little roll in the hay?
Not today, Ramon. I'm not in the mood for your games.
What games, Brandy?
Yeah, okay, that's cool. That'll happen sometimes, especially with precon.
Why don't you stay a while, darling?
How's business for you anyway?
Stay a while and listen. What am I doing here? I'm meant to be selling things. 131 has 104. Do I need these repair hammers? No, I don't. Because they don't break and they're not single use. And Joska already has one.
Come hither, sweetheart. Oh, if I had a star for every time you brighten my
So
day.
I can.
Galaxy in my
Well, we're not disarming many traps either, so I could sell one of those.
Do you believe in the gods, baby? Because you're the answer to all my prayers.
And Boo?
Hey there,
That's 86.
You stay a while, darling. I just know I could take you on a wild ride.
That's 111.
What games, Branny? You've always been Silverglen's finest attraction, you know.
That's 104. There we go. That's 104 gold. That works for me. Great.
Tell me, sweetie, do you have sunburn, or are you always this hot?
Hi there, cutie pie.
Do you have sunburn, or are you always this hot? Yeah, okay, thanks. Let's talk to Brandon.
Source hunter, are you? What brings you to this neck of the woods? The goblins? The orcs? The cult? Or the whole pretty bouquet?
Oh, okay. Was it the Nissa Planeswalker deck? There was a Nissa Planeswalker deck and a Chandra Pyrogenius and Nissa someone or other. I think they came out Maybe 2016, or maybe last year, maybe the year before.
At least they don't have the distinct underside of a bridge aroma.
That's still a pretty reasonable price.
Why don't you stay a while, darling?
From the new Zender card, yeah. So yeah, I guess that was. Actually, I'm not sure when Battle for Zendikar was. Thank you, Mr. B. That's why I haven't paid any attention to it. It's a draft format, and I don't draft.
Come here, sweetheart. Oh, if I had a star for every time you brighten my day.
Words I'm looking for. So yeah, I mean, they were retailing for about $30, just the deck itself. The Planeswalker in them were not the best version of that plane. So that's sort of like the weakest Chandra Pyrogenius. I haven't really looked at the Nissa, but it was sort of described as being not really the best of those Planeswalkers that have ever existed, ever. So yeah, missing that Nissa, and I mean, there's a couple of things in there that that sort of thematically, it was sort of a story deck, really. There were some story cards in there and stuff like that. And yeah, 2 boosters, and yeah, I mean, it's sort of rotated out by now, I think. But yeah.
You believe in the gods, baby, because you're the answer to all my
yeah, for $20, that's a pretty good deal. Ooh, metal boots. Okay. So, I've been wandering around in my Lucky Charm boots with my 23 armor, because let's face it, and I've been doing combat in those as well, because let's face it, Lucky Charm does give you a bonus to crit, and 23 armor is pretty good. Finally, we found some metal boots.
You believe in the gods, baby.
These boots are made for marching. But it would mean swapping backwards and forwards between the boots when I get into combat, and then remembering to put the lucky boots back on when I go opening chests and stuff again. That would be okay. So, yeah, that's a bit shit that they've repackaged it without the Nissa. But I mean, there's definitely a second-hand market with Magic cards. It's as long as they're not selling it as the Nissa Planeswalker deck that it was originally sold as. They're depending on which shop it is, they're sort of allowed to do whatever they want. And I mean, boosters here are $6, $6.50 each. I think in the States they're more like $3.50. But that boosters here have been $6 for a really long time, which is not too bad. There hasn't been a rising cost. It's starting to creep more towards $6.50 now rather than $6. But the boxes, if you get a booster box, which is how we normally do it these days, we'll get a booster box and we'll split it between the 3 of us. So that ends up being about $50 each, depending on how much we manage to get the box for. Sometimes we'll be able to get it as like a pre-order, and then it will be slightly cheaper than if we're buying it off the shelf. Sometimes we can't because the pre-orders sell out or something like that. And the bundles that they do, what used to be the fat packs, they're about $55, somewhere between $50 and $60 as well. Again, depending on if you can get it on a pre-order price or stuff like that. I normally tend to prefer getting the bundles because it comes with the land packs and a box to keep all the cards in, rather than the booster boxes. But I've sort of been cutting down on buying magic cards, except for yesterday. So sort of like taking the cheaper option.
You believe in the gods, baby? To all my prayers.
Dude, I'm really sick of this background chatter. It's fine if you're just passing through the area, but standing here talking to people and talking to chat and buying stuff, it's like, oh, this cheesy fucking line from this dude. I want to go and stab him now. I really do. Do I want to buy these? I mean, they're better armor and they're better for combat. Gives me fire resistance that I just gave up. 1200 gold? No, not really. I don't think I do.
Tell me, sweetie, do you have sunburn, or are you always this hot?
That dude, I just want to stab him. Say, what's going on?
Don't be surprised if you hear more than a few unkind words.
This is Brandon, not Lawrence.
An overseer's got to enforce his share of unpopular guild decisions, you know.
I see.
I'm finished with this one pony rodeo, though. I did my best by these roughnecks, and now it's time for old Brandon to take a load off. In fact, you may be able to help speed my retirement plan along.
Oh, yeah? Something seems fishy here. I don't think we should hear more.
Something seems fishy here. I don't think we should hear more.
Oh, let's hear him out.
Come. Brandon seems like an amiable fellow. I'd like to help him.
Alright, we'll do it your way.
We'll do it your way.
Okay, yes, +1 to bold and +1 to obedient. Let's discuss your retirement plan.
The Troll King's sitting on a piece of treasure of more value than even he knows. A metal called tenebrium that can fetch a prettier sum than its weight in gold. I intend to lift it, sell it, and live out the rest of me days in comfort.
The Troll King, eh?
The devil's in the details, though, and I haven't managed to find a way to access the King's cave, much less make off with the stuff without being noticed.
Alright.
But you're a source hunter. You can sniff out any point of mystery. So let's make a deal, You find the tenebrium and bring it to me, and I'll deliver you a few pieces of information about Silverglen, and Lawrence in particular, that are sure to make your mouth water. I wouldn't wish the wrath on me worst enemy, though. So let me give you a little something to contain the tenebrium bars. It's lined with the fragments of a special stone that keeps rats' ill effects at bay.
You don't say.
Over here.
Well, I believe I made the correct decision here.
Apart from Gungir's stature and incurable case of the uglies, is not so different from a parakeet. Got a brain the size of a pea, and a fervent passion for all things bright and shiny.
I see.
The nutty oaf sits on a river of silver beneath these mines, but leases it to the mining company for a fraction of its worth in gold. He'd rather put those hefty minions of his on toll duty than mine these hills himself for 5 times the reward.
Yeah, the toll duty. Yeah, we've come across one of those toll trolls already.
I can't be certain myself where his cave is located, but at least one of those oaf lackeys of his must know where to look.
Oh, that's a shame.
They've got to do something with all the gold they've gathered in the course of guarding those damn bridges, haven't they?
Yeah, we've already, yeah, if we'd known this information already, then maybe we could have asked that troll. But we already killed that guy.
I'm no man to refuse a source hunter. Ask away, friend.
What do you know about the Immaculates?
That circus rolled into town shortly after the tenebrium was discovered.
Oh, we can't trade with them anymore.
Woman with a freak gemstone managed to cure rot by some strange magic and convinced most of the locals that she were the conduit of the gods.
Alright, somebody's mentioned the conduit.
A strange sort of substance, discovered here around 2 years ago, and folks have been clamouring to get their paws on the rancid stuff ever since. To the right buyer, it's worth more than diamonds.
And the rot?
Rot? Oh, you're a curious sort of fella, aren't you? Ask around. Half the men here have a brother who died from it. The other half were cured by that cult.
And Ben?
I remember him well. Decent man, strong-backed, but something of a funny accent, no? He managed to leave Silverglen alive, but as I recall, the symptoms of wrath were already upon him.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Cheeks, oh, I'm aching to share a moment together.
Come hither,
Okay,
sweetheart.
Threshing Brundadon, yep. Pay 1 and sack to destroy target artifact or enchantment. Okay, so it's come into play, and then your dad tries to Doomblade it, which is gonna work. Yep, and then...
Aching to share a moment together.
Do you believe in the gods, baby? Because you're the answer to all my prayers.
Steal some Tenebrium from the Troll King. Alright, and let's see. Do we have a... Ah, here it is. A Bloodstone Cage. The chest is the only way to safely transport... It weighs 10 pounds, though.
Over here, sweet cheeks. Oh,
You can always... So he casts Doomblade, and that goes on the stack. And then you can do... And then... Because... and then you have a chance to respond. To do whatever you want, unless he wants to do something else in response to it. So you cast a spell, and so you cast a creature spell, and that creature spell resolves, and the creature comes into play. And then your dad casts an instant when he has priority, which is about half a second later. If you want to do something immediately when it comes into play, then you can hold priority. But when you don't, your dad has a chance to do anything he wants. So he casts Doomblade to kill it. If he wants to do something immediately after that while Doomblade is still on the stack, then he can hold priority after casting the spell. Once he's finished doing things, then the Doomblade is still on the stack. And then yes, you can do whatever you want as long as it's at instant speed, which includes paying 1 and sacrificing it to destroy target enchantment or artifact. And then with the Brontodon not there anymore, the Doomblade will fizzle because it doesn't have any valid targets. But you know, it's sort of done its job anyway. So he's killing it now to force you to use the artifact or enchantment destruction immediately, which means there's probably an important artifact or enchantment in his hand that he's planning on casting soon, that he doesn't want you to be able to destroy very easily. So he's making you use it now.
Hi there, cutie pie. Wanna have a good time?
Okay, let's talk to Ramon.
If I said you had a great body, would you hold it against me?
When I first heard that, I thought that was hilarious. Oh, that's hilarious. And it's like, no, it's not. And who might you be?
Me? I'm Ramon. I may not be a genie, but rub me right and I'll make your dreams come true.
Yeah, let's see what he has to trade. He has soap. He has a shitload of gold, this guy. What am I... Okay, I'm wearing my bartering stuff. So we can sell that. I don't want to sell that. Oh, the level 10 one. And two-handed, I don't need that. And is that everything I want to sell? We can sell these books. They're only worth 1, but you know, it gets them out of the way. Oh, a blank air scroll.
Why don't you stay a while,
yeah, if I'm playing Magic with you and you ask me a rules question, I am absolutely going to tell you how the rule you're asking about works. I'm not going to obfuscate the rules to stop you from making my game to stop you from blowing stuff up of mine. Always, absolutely always. If you ask me about strategy, I might tell you afterwards. But if you ask me about rules, I am always going to be upright. Forthright. Forthright is the word I'm looking for. Hanging on to this for a while. It's worth a lot, but I should send that to Joescar. Right, that looks like all the things that I want to sell.
Wanna have a good time?
Alright, so we're making some of our gold back. Say, let me ask you some questions.
No questions, please. Ramon does not ponder. He does not wonder. He only loves.
Okay. So they've got
Stay a while, darling.
two. Okay, now I understand why he's going on. I thought it was just the Sat and Windermere. Where the hell is Lawrence then? I wondered if I thought Lawrence might be here, but he's not. Maybe he's down at the mine.
Her greatness gave us fire, her greatness gave us earth, and my savvy brings you spells at the best rate in town. Come, give me your best offer.
Okay. Oh, damn. Unlocks regeneration. Fire resistance, 25 hit points. Lockpicking and bodybuilding. And poison resistance. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. Perception on a wand. The hell is that? A Razzle Dazzle grenade. Can inflict blind in a 5-meter radius. This dude has a lot of gold too, but I've sort of run out of things that I really want to sell. Jahan has a lot of wands that he is not using. But we've sort of tectonic spray. I don't believe we've come across tectonic spray before. Earth damage to all targets in a 45-degree cone, 7 meters. Creates an oil surface and has a chance to petrify. It's a 12 minus her intelligence, maybe 11 turn cooldown. Good night, Mr. Bean. Thank you for being here. Oh, I sort of want to buy that. I mean, I'm pretty sure that Joescar doesn't have it. I think I'd need to put a 3rd point into Geomancy to be able to learn it. Which I need to do to learn Midnight Oil as well. I don't think she knows Summon... Oh, she doesn't know Summon Wolf either. Oh, and we don't know Deadly Spores. And that's a master skill. And we can't learn it until level 12. Yeah, she doesn't know Tectonic Spray and she does know Petrifying Touch. I've seen the Petrifying Touch skill book before, but not... Oh, wow. Okay, this is level 6. Okay, so yeah, this would be 5 turns instead of 6. If I had more time and money to invest in magic, then I could actually get back into judging. But because I don't, there's a website called Black Border, and they did sort of like a competition. Here's 5 scenarios and give the correct ruling for these 5 scenarios. And they had 2 categories of winners: people who had judged before and people who had never judged before. And I won the people who had judged before competition. And it's like, yeah, you know, I'm sort of I haven't judged for a while. I used to judge a little bit. I was at a PTQ in Melbourne a few years ago. I judged there. And they said, oh, well, are you going to the PT in Sydney? And if you are, we could, you know, get you back into judging and meet up with something. And it's like, no, it's in Sydney, and that means I've got to travel to. I mean, it's only one state over, but it's sort of going there for the weekend. And if I'm not playing in the PT, and I'm not already judging in it because I've sort of fallen out of that circle, I don't know judges anymore. I'm not. I used to help the Melbourne tournament organizer. I became friends with, and I would help him out judging it at PTQs, and just tournaments that he was running, and pre-release tournaments as well. And just met him through board gaming friends and stuff like that. And so I volunteered to judge at stuff like that. And all the judges at the pre-releases got paid in Magic cards, which is cool. And so for actual Zendikar, that was the PT in Melbourne. That was the original Zendikar. I was an actual judge there, a level 0 judge, but a judge nonetheless. And he's like, oh, you know, the Black Border competition guy. He's like, oh, this is really cool. Good job on your answers. They're all well detailed and stuff like that. And it's like, well, yeah, I don't know how this stuff works. Well, if you want to get back in if you're at PT if you're at the PT in Sydney, then it's like, well, I'm not going to be there. And he's like, oh well, never mind then. And it's like, because I'd have to be going to Sydney for something that I'm not really doing anymore. I was just sort of answering the questions because it was a fun little puzzle thing for my brain. Oh, Soul Search. But it's yeah, so that would have been cool. And sort of recently I got at the PAX Enforcers barbecue I went to a couple of weekends ago. Two of the guys there, one of them's like a level 2 judge, and a couple of the other ones, one of the other guys was either knew some judge or had done some judging, and it's like, oh, I could have sort of reconnected there, but without a job at the moment, I do not have the money to get back into Magic enough to be interested in going to. I could go just for judging, and that would be cool. But because I haven't been playing, I don't have the money to go to, you know, Friday Night Magic or regular things and stuff like that. I don't have the money and the cards to get into that. Because I've been like out of, you know, we play kitchen table Magic on a regular basis, and you know, I'll see some of the new cards now and then, but we do not have, none of us have, you know, standard decks or anything like that. The Magic card shopping that I did recently, Soul Search, that I was talking to you about the other day, was Magic is releasing 4 standard decks, precons, 4 standard precons for like $30 American each, which is about $40 American each. The missing Nissa. And one of the shops here is selling if you get all 4 of them as a pre-order for $160 local instead of $180 local. So the $120 American that you could get all 4 of them for individually in Walmart or wherever you like to buy Magic stores, Magic cards. Your friendly local gaming store, $30 each, $120 US. I could get all 4 of them here for $160. $120 translates to roughly $156 Australian at the moment. So I'm paying an extra $1 per deck for postage from America and store markup. Yes, thank you. I would love that. Thanks very much. So that's why I spent $160 on Magic cards recently. $160 I don't have, but they're standard decks, and I looked through the deck list and it's like, yeah, these are really good decks. They're competitive decks. and they are there's a bunch of people from, you know, MTG Finance subreddit complaining because it's like all of my rares that you know I've been investing in, they're gonna bottom out because with the release of these, this is the worst thing ever to happen to the secondhand market. And it's like, good, because, you know, fuck the secondhand market. These are the kinds of people who buy up every single of a particular card for $1 and then slowly sell them back for $10 each. It's like, fuck these guys, seriously. But yeah. Where was I? I was looking at skill books. So Tectonic Spray or Petrifying Touch. Buy both of them. I can only learn one of them after I put my Geomancy up. Do I have the points to put Geomancy up right away? I am not sure. Summon Wolf as well. I have a Summon Wolf scroll. I've already got a Spider and a Skeleton that I can summon. But the Wolf is immune to freezing, can't be chilled, takes no damage. So the Wolf will be really cool in those environments, in a frost or a snowy environment. Oh, Soul Search. Someone anonymously donated $10 to my channel late last night. Which was really awesome of them. But it was an anonymous donation, and I wondered if I needed to thank you for that. Because, you know. 80% of setting petrified for 2 turns. Still 80%. Is that because of my Geomancy or because of my intelligence? I have the gold. I haven't seen this before from anyone. I've seen that on a couple of different vendors. I haven't seen many more witchcraft books either. Yeah, that happens. I do need to get back to the game. I'm sort of running out of time. I'm not sure what time. Is it 40 minutes before Lowe's thing starts? Before Radio Free Twinkle starts? Is that 40 minutes time? So do I want to buy one of these? I am not sure. I could buy both of them. I can't learn both of them. I still have... Oh no, that's novice. I'm not going to learn Earth Absorption. That seems like a complete waste. Oh, okay. Not Soul Search. Good to know. Oh, your chat is that far behind? Oh, wow. So 40 minutes? Okay. I will keep that in mind. Let's see. Do I want to buy that? I mean, yeah, probably. $1,001, 668. Cutting into our finances a little, but... See, I've got blank Earth skill books. But I don't have, like, a magical pen to... And I don't know if the thing that you get is based on, hey, look, what I don't know already. And thankfully, it would be Joe Scar creating it. Or is it just random? Or is it random, where it's sort of predetermined random and reloading isn't going to change it at all. Like, is the when you create the pen, does that set like a seed number in the pen, and then depending on which book or scroll you're using, then that determines which spell it is. But because it's always that pen, then I mean I can save before I make the pen. But is it going to be the same all the time anyway? Who knows? Because they stack, so it can't be the book itself that has the random seed already on it. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's speak with. What am I wearing at the moment? Okay, let's switch to. Send that to Joescar. You can see there very briefly the where's the thing that I've got? No. Okay, combine with. So if it has combine with on it, it can be used in crafting. Empty grenade, combine with, send it to Joescar. Blank air scroll, send it to Jahan. Okay, talk to Windermere.
Where the wind blows, the goddess breathes. Where the rivers run, the
So
goddess
another vendor
weeps.
here.
How can I connect you to our eternal goddess, my friend?
She's selling water and air. Strength and bodybuilding and poison resistance. Oh, damn, that might be worth it. Am I still wearing my... I am still wearing my bartering thing. Okay. A strength and a bodybuilding, and I lose 18 hit points, but I gain a strength and I gain 14% poison resistance. I think that's probably going to be worth it. No. Oh, that's a lot of hit points. And then I can give the bodybuilding and the 18 hit points belt to somebody else, because that's +1 bodybuilding and the 18 hit points. That's actually really cool. Alright, so I'm gonna buy that, guys. I don't want that. I don't need a lockpicking belt. Sorry, I don't need another lockpicking belt. Cleansing water. Cures blind, mute, disease, infected, bleeding, crippled, and decaying touch. God damn, do I want this book. Does Jahan already know it? He does not already know it. Okay, good. Water of life, no. Freezing touch. Because I'm not putting anything in from the offer from this side. So here it's 1002. Here it's 919. But I can check to see what's water absorption I don't care about. Freezing touch. He doesn't already know freezing. How does he not already know freezing touch? Ice shard he knows. Ice wall. Creates a wall to block enemies or lock them inside. Draw a line where you want the wall to appear. Avatar of Frost. Regeneration already knows. Freezing touch. How does he not already know freezing touch? $5 meters. I'm sure he already knows this spell. Invisibility, Thunder Jump, Nether Swap, Wind of Change, Blitzbolt, he already knows. Tornado, Teleportation, he knows. Okay. So I'm convinced that it is actually Jahan's. Yep, hydrating. Absolutely, Soul Search. Practice is important. Air shield absorbs air damage until it breaks. Oh yeah, what's the chance of that happening? A lot actually. So teleportation we already know. Tornado removes surfaces from the battlefield, reveals invisible characters, clears, warm, burning, and hastened. See, if Magnum knew Thunder Jump, he doesn't have Aerosurge at all though. He has Hydrosophist. He's not an Aerosurge though. He could learn Thunder Jump, and wow, that would be really quite handy with his low movement. But I don't want to put him into well, good luck, Soul Search. I mean, Ice Wall sounds pretty cool. How many spells does he already have though? Regeneration. The regeneration is the basic healing thing that he already knows. How are so many of these skills not the ones he already knows? Is it because we're in the second area? Air absorption. No. I'm sure he's got access to Thunder Jump. I'm sure he's got access to Thunder Jump. He accidentally Thunder Jumped that time. Oh shit, is that because of the wand he's using? Did I use up one of the wand charges? Cures petrified, slowed, and stunned. That would be handy. Anything that cures, I'm sure he already knows Freezing Touch, though. I'm really quite sure he already knows Freezing Touch. 5 meter range, 3 AP. Maybe there's maybe that's a shock that he knows that's close range. Okay, I'm gonna cancel out of this and check his skills. Okay, he absolutely does not know Freezing Touch. He knows Shocking Touch. Okay. And Bitter Cold, which somehow Bitter Cold is an air spell rather than a hydro spell. Okay, so he has 4 novices. He's got Aerosurge 3, but no, really? Really? He's got Aerosurge at 3 and Hydrophysist at 3. He can learn 3 Adept spells. And he knows none of them. He can learn 6 and 3. 6, 3 and 0. Okay. Let's go shopping.
Where the wind blows, the goddess breathes.
Let's tool up
Where the rivers run,
Jahan
the
a bit
goddess
more.
weeps.
Okay, so I wanted this belt.
How can I connect you to our eternal goddess, my friend?
Blitzbolt, who already knows. Avatar Storm, fuck that. Invisibility, that could be handy. Thunder Jump, yeah, let's actually teach him Thunder Jump. Cheap. Wind of Change, yes. Air absorption, teleportation, he already knows. Tornado. Might come in handy. Cleansing water, absolutely. Water of life. Extra vitality. +3 constitution. Ooh. You and your allies? Ooh. Might be good. Freezing touch, yes. Ice charge, he already knows. Ice wall, that's an adept. That's 2 adepts. Avatar frost, regeneration, water absorption. I don't really care about. So which one did he have? How many adept spells does he already have? I've forgotten. So I'm saving 500 coins by Magnum by Magnum buying it. So much more of this game is shopping than I really wanted it to be, but what am I gonna do? He already knows Ice Shard. That would be pretty cool, but I'm already buying 2 adept spells. Oh, they're not at full durability? Okay, well let's, not bad, not bad. With all the keys in it, it's worth 106. Okay, I think that's everything I want. It's a lot of cash, but okay. And I'll put this on. So I'll lose 18 hit points, but it's alright. Say, who wants a bodybuilding belt? Initiative. Strength and initiative. Why? Strength and bodybuilding. Why was I giving you strength? Ah, because of the braces. Yeah, okay. You don't need those anymore. I mean, it's still initiative, and we have it anyway, so that's cool. 26 hit points. Do you still have... Okay, you've lost a lot of those hit points. Lockpicking, initiative, 30... Wow, that's a really nice belt. Lockpicking and initiative. How much of this stuff do I don't need this. Give this to Magnum. Celeron's diary. Something else. The merchant and the apple tree. Evelyn's diary. Philosophy of death. 2 buckets of water. Why do I have 2 buckets of water? A bloodstone. So we've already got a bloodstone. Flying unblockable is pretty good. Well, if it's unblockable, then it doesn't really need to be flying. But if it's already flying, then that's just as well. Unblockable is pretty clutch, and that's something you can definitely do with blue. Blue is quite good at unblockable. probably just have that strength for oh yeah, bartering, right. Okay. Well, I finished bartering now, so let me put this one back on. Oh, this one is blue and that one is green, and they both give... This one seems to be better. +1 strength, +1 charisma. Reflect 10% of melee damage. Well, yeah, that could be fun. Alright, so nobody wanted this bodybuilding? Poison resistance and less hit points. 2 initiative. Yeah, it's that initiative that I really want. Well, I could give it to Jahan and then you'd have some bodybuilding. Rest of your defense up. Well, that would give you 30% chance of getting all of that shit. And that might be better than the poison resistance. Alright, send it to repair it first. Then I'll send it to Jahan. And Jahan can put it on. He'll lose a little bit of hit points. He's losing 9 hit points. I'm okay with that. And he loses 10% poison resistance. But he gets +1 bodybuilding, which those status things are really quite terrible. All right, so let's see. He has thunder jump here, but that's from the wand. So we don't need to learn that right away. Let's learn wind of change first. And tornado. And cleansing water. And freezing touch. And what's this one? Ice wall. Cool. And we can learn thunder jump. Cool. Alright. Good. Okay, so it's recognized that the thing for thunder jump is already here. So hopefully it won't use the charges off from his wand anymore. It's still there. He already knows thunder jump, but still giving me the tooltip. I'm gonna move that to... I mean, he does attack the ground a lot, but sort of very specifically. And I'll move his potions. Yeah. Okay, so I mean, I can probably get rid of that. He's probably almost never going to use the staff ever again. Thank you, Soul Search. That's fine as long as you win. Your creatures are a resource, or hit points are a resource. Thank you so much for being here. It was great having you on the in the chat, livening up my morning. I will see you, or I will talk to you soon in Radio Free Twerkle coming up in 20 minutes. Okay, where am I? That goes here. I need to organize these. Water absorption shield. Yeah, I don't really care about that. Where's that coming from? Oh, from there. Okay, cool. Let me put that over here because I don't really care about it. Okay, so curing stuff. Curing stuff. Curing stuff. Okay, crowd control. I want crowd control to be over here. Can I swap them around? Can. Good. Six and seven. 6 and 7. Okay, so they're in the same order. Good, good, good. Okay, I'll put the 2 touches together. So these are short range stuns. This is a long range stun. That's also a long range stun. I'm going to swap those 2 around. Somehow this is an Aerothurge freeze. I'm not really sure how that works. But when they're wet, both freezing and stunning help a lot. And another long range freeze there. What else do we have? Okay, well I don't need that anymore because it's over here. And another long range. It's sort of getting to the point where I want 2 bars on the screen at the same time for this guy. This one's a bit more specialized though. Okay, is there anything else I have? Okay, so I've got 3 Frost Adept. I've only got 1 Aerothurge Adept, but I've got all 6 of the novice spells I'm allowed now. So was the other Adept spell I was looking at, was that Frost or...
Where the wind blows,
wait, hang on,
goddess...
sorry. I put my bartering necklace away, didn't I?
Where the wind blows, the goddess breathes. Where the rivers run, the goddess weeps. How can I connect you to our eternal goddess, my friend?
Air absorption I care about. Nether swap I can't learn yet. Invisibility was the other one I was talking about. And now I've forgotten which one was which again. Oh, damn it. Why can't I remember these things? Okay, so it is Aerothurge that I have spare adepts in. Okay.
Where the wind blows, the goddess
So Aerothurge, adept, invisibility.
Where the rivers run, the goddess weeps.
Okay.
How can I connect you to our
And
eternal
I
goddess?
can't afford both of these, and I can't have this club that I found. Sell this for 1 copper. And let's face it, the other one's already gone as well, so I might as well sell that. Alright. There's an extra 600 gold that we're giving away. But we are tooling up quite nicely. Send it to Jahan. What if I type? Go to Jahan. Learn this book. Alright, and we can now turn invisible. Which is actually pretty cool. I'll hang on to that for now. I'll send it back to Magnum though. Okay, we've got 15 minutes left, everybody, which is really not enough time to do anything except perhaps find... I'm sorry, her name is, what? Her name is Vomitia. So let's go into the inn. I'll put my talking to people necklace back on rather than my buying things necklace.
Come hither, sweetheart.
Hi there, cutie pie. Wanna have a good time?
The Pickaxe Tavern. Alright, here we are in the Pickaxe Tavern. We can head upstairs or we can talk to Marissa.
Oh, you startled me. Let me compose myself.
Okay. Say, what are you selling? Food! Oh, pizza. I am out of pizzas. I need to go shopping today if I want any pizza.
Hello, stranger. How can I help you?
Oh, yes! It's the person we need to talk to.
Oh, me? Oh,
Blosius is a legionnaire currently stationed in Sicil.
As you can see, my husband Blosius is a legionnaire.
They both stammer. Oh, I thought that was because he died that he was stammering, but they both actually stammer.
Will?
Oh wow, we got an achievement. I just got an achievement. I just got an achievement, and it was an achievement with her face icon on it, called Mr. Nice Guy. So I thought, Mr. Nice Guy, okay, well maybe that's for doing a bunch of side quests and helping out the people, but it's got her face on it. When Blosius gave us this will, he said, don't read it. And I didn't. And maybe that's why I got the achievement, for not reading the will. Or maybe I could have turned the will in. If I had read it, it would have been a huge fortune and I could have claimed the fortune myself. But I didn't. Legionnaire's will. We delivered Blosius' will unchanged to Marissa and she thanked us warmly for doing so. And we got an achievement. I like it getting achievements. Alright, well, I'm glad I spoke with her. There's a whole table full of people here to talk to. Let me F5.
Oh, dear, dear, dear. You'll hardly impress the conduit with such a clouded look about your eyes.
Oh, I like what I'm wearing right now.
I've just the potion for that.
Oh, you're a potion seller. Oh, wow, you really, really are, aren't you?
Praise the goddess.
Oh, damn.
I've passed the trial.
But what do you...
Friend, this
Oh,
is most
no.
excellent news.
Yeah,
Welcome
I'm
to
wearing...
the
It's because I'm wearing my,
Yes! I can feel the goddess's vigor coursing through my very veins.
I'll wait for you to stop there.
These goblins are worse than the trolls. Half as dumb and twice as mean.
At least they don't have that distinct underside of a bridge aroma.
Better that than reeking of fresh blood.
Alright. A couple of screenshots for where we're up to. I took a screenshot last stream of just the start of just outside the gates of Silverglen, and that might be a decent screenshot for this. But I want something inside as well. Just random miners. All miner. Lots of empty bottles. I'm looking for Lawrence. Oh, string enthusiast. It's stealing. Miner. Why are you here in a room by yourself? Strikes me as a little weird. Okay, well, let's see what...
You dare disturb my rumination? It must be that you can hardly wait to purchase an ingredient or two for a very urgent recipe. I'll forgive this imposition if you'll make me a generous offer.
I hope that's just talk. Ooh. Hey, they cost 41 from this guy. More ring kits. I don't understand what the ring kits do. I guess they let you make rings, and you combine them with something. Like a pearl or I don't know. A strength potion.
These goblins are worse than
I don't know how all of that works, and I don't really want to drop $1,000 finding out. I mean, we have $9,000 left across everyone. Magnum only has 500 on him, but it's a party fund. We're not getting any more adventuring done today, everyone. I've spent too long talking and shopping and everything like that. Let's just end that. There appears to be no imposition after all.
You haven't any ale, have ya? Well, never mind.
I do have ale, actually.
What sort of magical relics can I offer ya? Blessed by the goddess they are, each and all.
I'm sure they are.
Friend, this is most excellent news.
Damn.
Welcome to the
That's terrible. Apart from the armor.
I can feel the goddess's vigor coursing through my very
Again,
veins.
pickpocketing. Scale armor minus movement plus hit points. Not a bad sarong. Oh, that might be worth changing up for. Nearly double the helmet, keeps the perception, loses the sight and the initiative, but still pretty good. A maiming curved sword. Well, we know how I feel about melee weapons. A level 10 bow. It's a new bow. 1633. I mean, I can't use the shortcuts. That's a shame. 1811 here. That's 10% to set burning instead of 20% to set stunned. That stunned air bow is really cool, but it's only level 7 and the damage itself is dropping behind. That's 50 top end damage. Oh, no crit on it either. Alright, well, I'll let that slide for now. Or I'll find something. Oh, that though. Yeah, that's... Yeah, her hat probably needs upgrading. Where's the second bonus? If this is a blue item... Is it just extra armor because it's fortifying? Is that what I'm saying? That's a lot of armor for a leather cap. That might be the difference. These rings out. Strength and water. Dex and immunity to burning. Well, I can see why that's worth 2,800. I can see why it costs that much at least. Summon Armored Undead Decapitator. Fuck! Not just summon Skeleton. Summon Undead Armored Decapitator. Become Air. Nice. Tornado. Ice Wall. Well, we've just bought those. Second copies for people who need them. Hey, we've got exactly one of these already. +1 bartering, 10%. Am I wearing it? I'm not wearing it. Right. Let's end and I'll change back into my bartering.
Oh, Oh. You haven't any ale, have ya? Well, never mind for now.
It's exactly the same, except once again,
blessed by the goddess,
the description is the other way around. So I'm wearing a freezing heavy copper amulet of bartering, and the bartering is the of bartering, and the freezing is the 10% melee damage. The sparkling stamped copper amulet of ice. The sparkling is the reflection of water damage. Sorry, the sparkling is the bartering, and the of ice is the 10% melee damage as water damage. It's stamped copper instead of heavy copper because it is level 9 instead of level 8. I'm definitely not buying that. This, yeah, that's... I'm gonna have to dip into the party funds. I think I'm gonna keep the crit and the 20% chance to stun. 20% chance to stun is really handy. Especially if they're standing in water or blood and it spreads out and it ends up stunning multiples. That's worth... I'll wait till I get another one of those, I think. Crowd control in this game is clutch. Oh wow, that's quite nice. Well, I don't have anything else to sell, really. I mean, I have that. If I could, if I could enchant items, I'd put, like, something on that, but I don't think you can enchant items. There's 3 minutes to go. Let's just get over with. J-hand, where was that wand? This one? Yeah, this one. So, yeah, I think I want to buy this wand. It's very similar to the one that he's currently using. It includes the leadership bonus. It also includes 35 hit points, and it does more damage. Oh, it doesn't have the crit chance. Ah! I think I'd rather have the crit than the hit points. Alright, I'm not going to drop 2k on that. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I'm going to end the stream here. We haven't found what's his name, but that is fine. We've done some good buying, and other word I'm looking for is sorry, let me pause the background. Oh, I can leave the background music going, I guess. It's pretty cool music. Thank you everybody for watching the stream. Thank you especially to Mr. B and Soulsearch, who joined me in chat and kept me company and basically livened my morning. There's no Twitch stream for me to kick over to, but Laurent is starting his radio channel on Discord, if that's a thing, which is why I'm ending the stream now. Which I can't kick over to, but if you know Laurent, then you know where to go. And everyone's already gone there anyway, so that's generally fine. Thank you also to other people who popped in and watching and lurking in the background. You are always appreciated here as well. If you've been watching on YouTube, then don't forget to like and subscribe, and you can follow me at CaptDaf on Twitch and Twitter to get notifications of when my streams go live. The next one will be tomorrow sometime, and I haven't done the recap yet, so it's probably going to be another recap stream. I know it's Saturday, but I have, I'm pretty sure I have a thing on Sunday that means I can't do the recap stream on Sunday, so I'm going to do the recap stream on Saturday, which is tomorrow, because I have some other stuff to do on tomorrow as well. So I'm going to do the recap stream tomorrow. That'll probably go for 6 hours again. Who knows? Maybe it won't. I don't know. But we'll see how that goes. That will be after Punchy, not before Punchy. So my Saturday morning is your Friday night. So after Punchy, I'll do the recap stream then. Until I see you again next time, drive fast and take chances. Bye. And the other button.